Let's talk about the importance of alignment in the design and development of a training intervention. Your first step is to determine the desired or ideal on-the-job behavior. This will be defined as knowledge, skills, and attitudes required for success. Knowledge, skills, and attitudes are called KSAs. These KSAs help you define the terminal and enabling learning objectives for the intervention. Once these objectives have been defined, organize them in your analysis document. With a clear understanding of the objectives for the intervention, you're able to select and/or design appropriate interventions to meet those objectives. Once you know what you're building, develop all the required assets to create your end products. This will include graphics, video, and audio. These are all combined and programmed together and implemented in the target population. Once you've implemented the intervention, you're able to evaluate it to determine its effectiveness and guide your future efforts. It is critical for success that the desired and ideal behaviors that have been defined at the beginning are supported when the learner leaves and returns to the job. Support must be provided through the tools, the processes, coaching, and rewards on the job. Notice how each step along this process leads into the next one. This lockstep alignment is crucial to your success. A failure to align any step within this process will doom your intervention to failure. Let's see how this overall process breaks down. Defining the knowledge, skills, and attitudes, or KSAs, and creating objectives is the baseline for your analysis. Selecting or designing an appropriate intervention to meet those objectives is the design phase. Developing all the required assets, graphics, text, scripting, audio, video, and programming any e-learning, is the development phase. Piloting the intervention and making revisions is often the first step of implementation. Implementation is achieved when the intervention is released into the target population. Once the intervention has been implemented, you are able to evaluate it to determine its effectiveness and perform a lessons learned to guide future efforts. This phase is evaluation. So these steps, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation, form what is referred to as the ADDIE model, or the Instructional Systems Design model. Notice that determining the desired or ideal on-the-job behavior, as well as supporting the desired behavior through the tools, processes, and coaching, fall outside of the ADDIE process. This whole process together is known as the Performance Consulting model. Let's take a closer look at alignment within the ADDIE sub-process. Based on my analysis, I have come up with the terminal learning objective, sail a boat. When the learner finishes my intervention, they will be able to sail a boat. Let's go into the design phase and create a treatment. Let's assume we have decided to go with a web-based training or e-learning solution alone to teach sailing the boat. Selecting an e-learning course alone seems to be out of alignment with the actual KSAs of sailing a boat. Let's consider using the e-learning to only teach the foundational knowledge. We will include a blended learning treatment that includes hands-on guided practice. This will come in handy when actually teaching the psychomotor tasks or the physical skills associated with sailing a boat. With our blended learning solution created, let's look at evaluation strategies for our blended learning solution. Imagine that the learner has to complete a basic evaluation with standard true and false, multiple choice, and matching questions. The test could focus on sailing jargon. It could also include matching knots to their intended use. By now you should have recognized that such a test is out of alignment with the true KSAs of sailing a boat. There's a big difference between knowing which knot to tie in a storm and actually tying the knot while waves are crashing up on you. So, as we did with our blended learning solution, let's create a blended evaluation strategy that includes an evaluation of a practical test where the learner will tie knots while actually sailing. As you can see, during each phase of the ADDIE model, the designer must look back to what they're trying to achieve in the baseline objective. Each decision you make should start with the question, am I in alignment with the previous phase? And are all of my phases in alignment?